Hey guys, FatBuddyCat here. How you doing? Well, after a little bit of work this afternoon, they finally let me in. On the left, I have the OMB warehouse, Tork Zilla, and over here on the right, we have the Gopowersports Juggernaut. Okay, these are very equal products. They're made very much the same, but they happen to have a little bit of a different feel to them. Okay, and I want to know why. So let's take a closer look. We'll start with an official weigh-in. All right, the Juggernaut weighs 3 pounds 12 ounces. All right, Torkzilla comes in at a trim 3 pounds 11.9 ounces. Both of the cap nuts, I guess we'll call them, they look good. About the same. Even though both of the bells have a slightly different shape, all right, we can see that the Torkzilla is flat across the top and the Juggernaut is rounded. The contact point is right here and right there. Namaste, guys. So those look the same. Now I'm noticing here, okay, here's the flat part. There is some sort of contact there. Okay. Same thing on the Juggernaut. All right. And if you look at the wheels, okay, in the back of this section here, this is the only point of contact. Same as on the Torkzilla. I'm noticing this contact point looks a little bit wider than the one over here on the Gopowersports one. They both seem slightly off center. However, these are I don't know, guys. They're both pretty uniform. Maybe I'll take a measurement. Both of these housings are about 5 3/16. Alright, now I had mentioned before that the Juggernaut was used, okay? And there was a little bit of dust that was in there. And here's the rag I wiped it with. Alright. It's like just a really fine, probably rubber based. A little bit of dust. I'm pretty sure the hair that's there probably came off the towel. Now up close, I can see that there is a little bit of buildup. All right. Now, that would be later on in the process, as you know, centrifugal force, you know, rotates these outwards, or I should say spreads them outwards. The rotational force spreads them, you know what I'm saying? So if they started down here, they would end somewhere up here. All right, so that buildup could, all right, cause delay, I would think. Delay wasn't really the issue until coming down in RPM. Could be, guys. All right, so if that was the cause here, the same thing would happen over here. All right, over time, or you know, just a few uses. All right, so now we're learning that that's something we need to maintain better. Okay, so there's where it starts and goes to right there. You look over here. All right, there's where it is along that flat part. Then it comes up. All right. Pretty much the same to me. The only difference I can see in the design on these bells, now I can see something, all right? This one's been painted or treated, but I don't know, maybe a little bit, but that would have been where they were possibly cleaning up down there. What I'm looking at, guys, see this line that goes along the outside here? All right, if you look right there, you see those diagonal lines? It's almost like some sort of hashing there. Okay, I'm not sure if that was done in order to make the piece, or if somebody got in there all right. We know the weights are about the same. All things considered, these must be manufactured. I mean, I'm no, you know, manufacturing engineer or whatnot, but it can't be too much different. There is, all right, this was brought to my attention, little stamp right there, all right, that is not on the Tork Zilla. So we can assume that they're made in different places. All right, the next thing I noticed are the springs. The ones on the right, they look a little bit heavier maybe. assuming all the springs are the same. Okay. These arms, those must be identical. We have different hardware. Okay, so when we were looking in the holes, we have a flat surface and then the black bolt. Okay, so that could throw off, you know, what we were seeing looking in, but it's set up the same. So as I spin this around and I'm back at these wear marks, I'm noticing that one's in the middle, that one's offsides, that one's a little offside, that one's closer. They both have one that's kind of closer to the center, and then the other one seemed to be off to the left side. Alright, so this thing spins around, they spread out, and they push against the bell. They're both going to do the same exact thing. The machining on both of them is very clean. Alright, where we're so close in weight, guys, it would be really tough for me to believe that these are made out of completely different materials. Even more so like the grade of the material. Alright, this all seems pretty uniform. Now I know Gopowersports had done something with the spider. I mean, this one does look really clean. No, that's steel, guys. I mean, that's not potted metal or anything. So I'm looking down the sides, okay? Like, look right up in here, right? See how close everything is? Alright, now we take this one over here. Alright. You see what I'm saying? So, this one actually I'm trying to see how close the spider comes, alright, to the metal. You know, say like the body. Everything looks really, really close. Alright guys, now with the drivers turned over, we can kind of glance at the profile. they look really, really close. I can almost feel it's not rubber. See this, that line, that perfect line that goes all the way around? And I'm trying to scratch that, right? It doesn't come off. And I can feel that plain as day. Alright, over here I can see where the line would be, but it's not. It's really, really smooth. Okay, now I'm considering the brake dust and stuff, guys, but that's not brake dust. Whatever that is, whatever this line is right here, that is not. See what I'm saying? And you can see it, right? And you can almost see it out. Oh, there too. You know what, guys? I'm going to go ahead and clean this driver off. We'll look at that a little bit better. Okay, now we have a likely culprit for the belt impingement issue that I'm talking about. Alright, I'm not making this stuff up, guys. What I don't have yet is an explanation as to why this one is shaped this way. Okay, this is the Juggernaut. Up close you can clearly see that line, okay, and I can feel it with my finger. And try to get you like a side view. Alright, you see it? It's like a flying saucer. And this would be like where the glass started or whatever. But there's definitely a transition of sorts. Over here, nothing. The whole way across. And I'm really concentrating, like I'm looking at the side here. If I were to be super picky, I would say it would be out there, but it's not. That's just, there's nothing there. You can't feel anything. Whoops. Over here. Alright. Other than that, looking inside here, I'd say everything is connected by the same methods, same materials. Moving on. Alright guys, there's only two more parts on the table we haven't looked at, and that is these backing plates. I'm going to take a couple measurements real quick. See if anything's different in this area. As of right now, these are both 2 1/8. So I'm going to try putting the driver on and seeing if there's a difference then. Okay, with the driver on, and if I measure from the outside, from right here to out here, on this side out here, alright, on both of these, I'm a 1/16 larger on the Juggernaut. Maybe not even a full 1/16, okay? So safe to say they were going for the same thing. Alright, besides having a little bit more rubber build up, I suppose. I don't know, this one's, I know this one's new, but it seems pretty sticky. I don't feel any wear marks or anything like that. Other than that, with these guys, I think it's safe to say they're the same. Okay, I'm thoroughly cleaning these as I put them back together. They both reassemble the same exact way. One thing I did notice, okay, this lip right here seems to be a little bit larger on the Tork Zilla. Alright, one more observation: the tension on the springs. Okay, and that's probably a big one. I feel like these have more tension than these do over here. Alright, I mean, I grabbed right onto them. I used my thumbs, pushed them that way. If you look close, you can tell that the springs are different. Not a lot. Alright, the shade is different. You know, that could just be a different batch from the same maker. I don't know, guys. These could be a little bit thicker. Alright, I just feel like it's not a lot, but I feel like something's tighter over here. Okay, I'm going to attempt to show you what I'm talking about. Here is the Juggernaut. Alright, I'm going to put my 2 thumbs here, and that is taking a substantial amount of force to move. I'll place that to the side. Dun, 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 dun. In steps Tork Zilla. Alright, put my thumbs here. Wow. Okay, so we'll spin it just to make sure. Alright, you see what I'm saying? Old FatBuddyCat. I'm not lying to you guys. Look, we'll bring Jugs back here for a second, alright? You see what I'm saying? I'll even go to the other springs. And this is after, you know, a little rest period in between sets here. Alright? My thumbs didn't skip leg day, bro. Alright. And as you can see, there's a little bit of oil here. I made sure to put a little bit on the threads. Alright. Before hand tightening the bolts. I'll go ahead and clean those off. And just like that, we're ready for action. We'll get these back on a bike and test them again, just to make sure. Well, we found a lot of similarities and even a few things that are a little bit different. Thanks for watching, guys. As always, it's a work in progress. Have a good night. I'll catch you on the next one.